All right, what's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great day so far. Hey, guys, we got lots of stuff going on right now. I've got to break in here and share some news with you live right now. As these things are going on, they're coming and going so fast. All right, let me share here. Hey, a championship game could be at risk because of COVID. We got players out, and we also have teams coming out. They're looking for replacements with teams, even some teams not even in the SEC. And we have a game going on tonight, and we'll talk about the other two games tomorrow. All right? All right, we appreciate you guys, and we also look forward to you subscribing to the channel. And if you like what you see, just hit the like button. Go subscribe. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram. You can find me at Twitter at BigMatt1977. All right, guys, let's don't hesitate anymore right here. Let's get right into it. Breaking news. COVID is going to try to destroy college football again. It's tried to do this last year, and through more politics and more talking and discern through all these things that we have going on right now, the championship game could be put back in its case. I mean, we could just take the whole trophy, and we might even get it out. They just might have to put it all back in. You know, the deal is this. Here's what the news is. Basically, I'll just boil it down for you for all us simple-minded people. If a team cannot show up to the championship game, then they will forfeit the game. Therefore, meaning that the team across the field will have won the game. So if we get in a title game and Bama and Georgia has a rematch and Bama has an outbreak of COVID on the team, well, they forfeit the game. Georgia will be national champs by default, and I'm sure Coach Kirby does not want to win it that way. I will nearly assure you of that. Now, with the landscape of college football and the way that things are going on right now, is this going to be the year that politics finally plays into this and drains the money and the dreams from all college football? I don't know. Personally speaking, we've seen this go on last year. The athletic director out from UCLA has spoken, and we know that there's over 120 college basketball games have already been missed due to this. So I'd like to know what you guys think. Go in there and comment. Tell me what you think. You know, is this something that's going to definitely make a change in the games? Is this a change in the whole future and the dynamics if we're just going to have a doomsday factor type of thing, and we're just going to think that this is totally going to erupt and change the whole landscape of college football? Or is this just something that we're going to deal with probably for the rest of this year, which is meaning we only have about over a week left to do that. So therefore, is this just going to kind of go away on its own? But you know what? I do kind of seem it to be coincidental. These things only seem to flare up when there's like a lot of big things going on. You know, whether we're having voting or big college games or something where that a lot of attention is being brought to. I don't know. I'm not a huge conspiracy theorist, although I did get into a lot of JFK files watching the other day. Guys, go study George Hickey and some of that stuff. It's very interesting, but I'm definitely not going to get on that here. I might put up a podcast and do that later, though. Now, anyway, I'll say this. Championship games, it could be at risk. I mean, this is something that may really change football as a whole. This may be something, like I said, new. We don't know. So let me move on. We do know as a day or two ago that JT Daniels, he has tested positive for COVID. That's Georgia's backup quarterback. Some people thought he may be getting the shot to start the game. I don't think so. I still think Bennett's going to start. I think Kirby's going to roll this starting quarterback. And also, guys, more breaking news in here. A&M is out. They're supposed to be playing in the Gator Bowl. They was going to be playing Wake Forest. Well, that game is definitely not going to be happening now. A&M is out. And let me tell you something. I'm kind of bothered by this, and I'll get on a little soapbox here for just a minute. Yes, they have some players out with COVID, so they're going to have to forfeit the game. I do understand how those things work. And when kids are sick, there's nothing you can do about it. Now, if they're really sick, if they're really sick and they don't feel like playing, trust me, I had a kid play football, and he had pneumonia one night up here. We found out he had pneumonia. The kids can't play. You know, he's running a high fever and those kind of things are going on. There's definitely nothing you can do about that. But what I don't like is if these kids are just using this COVID and they're just using it just to opt out of the game so that people stop pressing back against them because they just want to get out of the game, because they just want to quit, because they don't want to play, because they think they're going to go pro or they're transferring to go somewhere else. Guys, this stuff's got to stop. Now, I've heard people talk about it this way. Well, it is their choice, and yes, it is their choice. But when you come in contractually to an agreement through an educational clause that you're there playing a sport to pay for your education, you should be contractually agreed to play all the games. And they want to act like these bowl games. It is just it's just like a circus act, and you just go out there and it's just for fun because it don't mean as much as the other regular season games. Why don't it mean as much as regular season games? Just because you think it's an exhibition game? Well, they're not playing for the championship, so little Johnny just don't want to play. He's just going to go sit at home and take his candy bag and go somewhere else. That's baloney. I don't like it. I'm tired of hearing about it. It's not. You're quitting on your team, and that's just how it is. It is another game. Well, he don't want to take the chance of getting hurt, Matt. What are you talking about? Come on, you know these sports kids, and you support the kids and the players and always have. Yes, I do. But the game of football is that. It's a game of football, and that's what you're doing. You're supposed to be in line with doing everything that you can to support your team and your college to make sure that they win their next game. Whether it's an exhibition game, ball game, whatever you want to call it, it's still another game on the schedule for your team. If you're part of the team, then you should play in the game. It's just ridiculous, and I'm tired of talking about it, and we'll move on to something else here. Miami, Hurricanes versus Washington State. They're supposed to play in the Sun Bowl the 31st. Guys, they're supposed to leave Sunday to go out here and play in this game. It's probably not going to happen. They've got so many cases that they're saying it might be really, really, really tough for them to be able to get in this game and to play. So what are we supposed to do? All right, so let's get into some games now. Now, tonight, Missouri's supposed to play Army, and we're talking about another kid that's leaving. Your running back, Taylor Batty, for Missouri, they're going to play Army. Mizzou looks to defeat Army after coming off a loss from Arkansas, and Army took a thumping from Navy, and Navy's like a 3-win team. Army, is favored. My goodness, Army should have probably been a 2-touchdown favorite over Navy. They go in there and they blow it. They completely lose the game. Didn't even act like they really cared even whether they was playing or not. I was very disturbed by the end of that game. How it just kind of played out. Navy just had their number, and hats off to them. And, of course, salute our country and all the men and women that support and are in our armed services. Hats off to all of them, and God bless them, and hope they have a great holiday. So tonight, we're all going to have that game. You kind of want to – I'm just going to pick the score. I'm not going to pick a score. You want to pick winners and losers here. You kind of want to favor towards Missouri. They are an SEC team. They're not a prominent SEC team. They have not been in 8 or 10 years, when they got the doors blown off against Auburn and Cam and them, beat them 162-0. But they both have something to play for. But I do not see that Missouri, without their tailback, I don't see them being able to overcome this. So I'm going to kind of maybe lean with Army, because that triple option and the veer, whatever you want to call it, it's going to be hard to prepare for. So I don't know, guys. It's going to be a toss-up tomorrow. Now, Florida is going to be playing UCF. Gus Malzahn has had a great recruiting class. Most of their guys are going to be there. Florida has about 9 guys out. So look for that game. It's going to be tomorrow night. I'm kind of favoring Florida in the game, but with all the players out, guys, I don't know. And Gus Malzahn is definitely a trick player. He's going to run some trick plays, and he is going to throw everything in the kitchen sink at it to try to make sure that UCF comes out of there with the win. So it's going to be I think it'll be an interesting game. It kind of takes everything kind of down a level when all these players from Florida are opting out because they've quit on their team. So I'm not going to get back into that again. I'll kind of get fired up about that. The kids quitting on their team. It's another game on the schedule. You should not be opting out of this game. Each game means something more. Could a kid get hurt? You could get hurt the first game you come out in the season. And like Uncle Lou said, you may have a piano fall on your head walking down the street somewhere. So those are just excuses. And I'm afraid that this COVID stuff on outbreak here again, I think it's going to be excuses from some kids to opt out. And that's just how it is. So anyway, all right, I just want to get on there and share some of the news there. A lot of things are going on. Again, find me over on Twitter at BigMatt1977. Got a lot of news sharing over there all the time. Hey, guys, again, if you like what you see here, go on our page right here where you're watching. Hit that subscribe, guys, and you'll get live updates all through the week and stuff. I come on at least once a week and do one of these locker room shows. I wanted to share this stuff because of this breaking news. hey, the championship game may not happen. So, all right, that's it. Y'all enjoy your game tonight. God bless you, and we'll catch you guys